In this video, we're gonna talk about how to load sounds on your ball and about all the different type of sounds that you can play with. So let's do it. So first of all, let's connect our ball to the app. To turn it on, you can either bounce it or slap it with a bit of energy. And then you can use the connection menu to connect to the ball. Once it's connected, the sound tray will appear and you can start loading sound to your ball. The app comes with lots of cool sounds. We have some disco sound, we have some grime sounds, we have rock, we have 90s hip hop, and we have some nice acoustic instrument, and we also made a so-called odd library, which is super fun. So really we suggest you to try all of them out and get inspired. To open the library, you can just tap or swipe down the sound tray, and you can browse every library just by pressing the plus sign on the side. Let me add a couple of sounds to get going. So I want to add the snare sound, the hi-hat, this one, big sound, they go well together, this one, this police one is quite nice. So if you by any chance add sound that you don't like, you can just delete them by pressing the X. And every sound comes with a pitch slider that allows you to change the pitch of that sound very easily. Once you've got a selection of sounds that you like, you can just close the library and get going. You're ready to go. So the sound tray is very useful for you to swipe between sounds and change sounds very quickly. And that comes in handy when you're recording something, when you're playing over a tune, or when you're just, playing around. Okay, so now that you know how to load sounds onto your ball, let me talk to you about all the different types of sounds you can play with. As you know, Audible is bounce sensitive, and in fact we're using this property to create sounds that react in many different ways. The simplest of the sound is the one instrument sound. And in this case, you'll only play with one instrument, but you're really using the sensitivity of the ball to be expressive with it. So for example, in the hi-hat sound from the rock library, you're playing different variations of the same instrument. Or with the snare, always from the rock library, you can play really quick rhythms. Next we have the double instrument sound, where we are putting together two instruments in one sound. An example would be the kick and snare from the disco library, where we are putting together a kick and a snare. These are especially useful if you want to do a bit more complex rhythm just with one ball. Next up we have the melodic instrument, because the first two categories are mainly percussive instruments, but we also have melodic instruments which are super fun to play with. We have got bass sounding instrument to create bass line for your beats. Or we have more leading sound like Groove Odyssey for you to jam and solo on your tunes. And the working principle of this is basically that the harder you bounce it, the higher the note. It's quite simple. We also have some like proper rocking sound. And lastly, we've got effects which are just straight out crazy sound to play with. They're super fun, like the police sound. We have so many of them, so really check them out. So that's all I have to say in this video. Obviously these categories, they mix up a little bit more to create a bit more variety, so check them all out. But thanks for watching. So tutorial number 2 is gonna be about how to make a beat, so check that out. For now, that's all I have to say, so see you soon.